Welcome to Minifigure Monday. Today we've got a whole slew of minifigures from Series 2 to Series 25, and some other bonuses that I happen to have. This is my fruit bat. It also got minifigures. First up is our Series 2, which I did get this lifeguard minifigure with what I believe to be an exclusive buoy, which is nice. It's going to be a nice lifeboat to help preserve some lives. The overall minifigure is not crazy, but I mean, for an earlier series, some of them were a little bit less exciting. This one's not bad. It's got two exclusive, what I imagine, prints with this little life preserver and then also this GT. It won't focus, but there's a little GT there. There's no back face print, and the back is very plain, but not a bad pickup. I picked up 5 of these Series 24 minifigures, and I managed to get some pretty nice pickups. I feel like the most disappointing is this Rocking Horse girl, who... Rocking Horse is actually quite nice. The overall minifigure, if I can get them off of the Rocking Horse, pretty simple. They have a nice unicorn torso, some pigtails, nothing too crazy. I did get the main man that I was hunting that I remember from the series, which was Mr. Farmer Market Carrot. He's great, he's exciting, the carrot is fantastic, and he does have a secondary print where, you know, he's feeling a little normal today. I did also get the T-Rex suit man. He's gonna go well for a random army that I'm making of just dinosaurs, because they did release the Triceratops in the next series, and I got a few of those. So, T-Rex man, pretty darn cool. I did also get this astronaut here. Very cool. I like the font. I like the baby astronaut. If I did have the baby space launch that's been available as a gift with purchase, it would go a bit better. The brown astronaut, actually very cool. I like the simplicity of these astronaut minifigures, but, you know, classic space, always very nice to me. And then I got another orc. Very happy with another orc. Cape is always a nice splash of red. I like that it's part of the little cut edges at the back here. It really helps emphasize the ruggedness of the orc. Shields, also very great. I do like the older ones, but I think this one also has a nice bit of good flair. Also that large sword, very intimidating. Now I didn't just get CMF characters, because I did get a Frozen Ice General here, with this great armor that also includes some ice pieces. Very fun minifigure that I thoroughly enjoyed getting. I did also get a regular trooper, which uses the dark red. Both very incredible. Plus, I did get a nice Aztec warrior. All 3 of these, very great pickups. Pretty sure this one is from CMF, so not entirely true. But 3 great minifigure pickups. These ones are from Ninjago, in case you're wondering. Very great pickups, but let's go on to Series 25. Now, it is important to mention that sometimes you make a mistake, and you end up with 4 of the same character, being this fitness instructor. Now, I don't think the fitness instructor is a bad minifigure. I think the 10-pound weight here, which is a printed piece, I lost the Vita Rush, but I think that's a nice print, the Vita Rush, which left this earthly plane. Good thing I have extras. It's nice. I like the little added energy drink there. The overall minifigure, not bad. If you need some shorts, they're pretty good. The overall just attention to detail is quite nice, and they look like they've been hitting the gym or doing their own personal workouts for quite a while. I just don't need 4 of them. It's not as bad getting 2 of the pet groomer. I do have a second one just in there chilling away. I do feel like this one's much better, because not only does it come with an animal, not really too crazy about this poodle dog, but I do think that the hairpiece having this little hearing aid is very cool and unique. Also, the uniform, I feel like it has a lot more use cases. The colors being quite nice on it as well. And scissors aren't a bad thing. So I feel like this one's much better to get duplicates of. But, you know. Now, I did get 2 detectives, although you might be wondering, where's the other one? Well, on today's section of mini upgrades, we've got Detective Mando using the trench coat, and I think the color palette works well here. If you give him his helmet and the cape, you definitely get something that looks like a real Mandalorian detective, but if you use 2 of them, you can create a little cape and cloak that your very own Grogu minifigure, and I think it works pretty well. It is a little bit difficult, and you have to be pretty careful with it, because if you move the head too much, you will just undo all of your progress. But I think it creates a very nice minifigure, and actually gives it a cloth piece that I think should have been included with a lot more figures. I mean, it makes sense that it wasn't. The, like, actual fabric hole is, like, quite big, so it is a little bit tedious to put on, but I think it looks really good. And that's been Mini Upgrades. I did also get an esports gamer. The trophy and the RBG keyboard and mouse are a very nice touch. I do really appreciate, well, not the Vita Rush at the back, but I do like that they did use some Black Falcon little detailing, and I think the actual printing on the side of the legs is very unique. I like the Black Falcon design, even though it is blue in this case, but I think there's some very unique pants, and we don't really see pant designs like that very much. So, very interesting minifigure. I think it's not for everyone, but you know, there's some interesting prints that I think really make it more interesting than it would be otherwise. Now, I'm very happy to have gotten 2 of these Triceratopses, because, I mean, they're great. If I want to ever make a Triceratopsian Royal Guard with that T-Rex later, I think they're great. I think they would fit in. It kind of looks like armor. You know, you've got some back plating and some arm plating as well as like a front. It might seem just like a costume party rather than a series of knights, but I think they're both adorable and practical. Look at how happy he is. Now recently we've gotten some interesting vehicles, but I think Train Kit is fantastic. You've got a lot of great detail here. You do also get this printed 25, and you get an extra one. So, a lot of extra pieces. He just looks great. I love the little eye patch there that he has. And honestly, he's just a swell little guy in his choo-choo train. Honestly, a great piece that you can use as like a museum display, or for someone on Halloween going trick-or-treating as their favorite locomotive. And finally, I got a sleeping goat herd. He's absolutely fantastic, a great medieval figure to add to my castle, which is locked by the Great Wall of Cardboard. But still, I really enjoy him. I think he has either some goat milk or goat cheese. If it is milk, it's probably going to leak through the sack. But I mean, goat's great, guy's great, what's not to love? So I'm going to let him catch some Z's, and I'll leave you to ponder... yeah, what am I doing with this YouTube channel? KiwiBat! Yeah, he's here! He's great! He's fantastic. You should give him a like. I think you'll like that. He eats fruit? Maybe? I don't know. I got Skylander. Yeah, that happened too. Okay, bye now.